Here's something that's making me think. Often in conversation, people will use language like natural versus supernatural. It's kind of like the sacred secular thing, right? There's this division between sacred and secular, or in this instance, the natural and the supernatural worlds. But what does a Christian worldview have to say about this? How does this make sense within a Christian framework of thinking? Well, if we look at Scripture, there is no such division as that between the natural and supernatural. It's far more complicated than that. I think, for example, of the case in 2 Kings where Elijah and his servant are in a situation where they're surrounded. A battle is about to take place and they're heavily outnumbered. It doesn't look good. And Elijah prays, he says, Lord, if only you would open his eyes so that he could see what's really taking place here. And the prophet's prayer is answered. The servant's eyes are opened and he sees an army of the Lord surrounding the village where they are. And he thought that they were outnumbered, but their enemies are actually vastly outnumbered by this unseen army. And so we see that there is a seen realm and an unseen realm in the Scripture. We get the same idea with angels and that sort of stuff. We look at Daniel, for example, being visited by the angel Michael, and he apologizes that he has taken so long in arriving, but he's been engaged in a battle against, I think it's the Prince of Persia from memory. And so we see this division between the seen realm and the unseen realm. What's going on there? Is it as simple as saying the natural and the supernatural? I don't think so. I think what's happened is that we have been reduced in our understanding and our ability to experience and process the true nature of reality as it actually is. I think there is the real issue. That human beings have been reduced to something far less than we were ever intended to be. And we experience only a very small part of reality as it actually is, that which we call the natural world. But when we are given special access through the answering of prayer or a special movement of God or a visitation by an angel, a special access to reality as it actually stands, when the veil is parted, we see what actually exists. And that leads me to believe that our limited view, our limited perception of reality is a result of our fall. It's a result of sin. We don't see as we ought. We don't experience as we should. And we don't live in reality in its fullness, in the full bandwidth of reality, if you like, because we have been broken by sin. And so at that point, you're not talking about the natural versus the supernatural. That unseen world then would become the natural world, right? That's the world that we're actually designed to experience. And this, what we actually experience, is an unnatural reality. We live in the unnatural world. We live in the unnatural world as a result of sin. And that which we call the supernatural world is actually the natural world for which we were created. Worth thinking about, isn't it?